Welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast, live from the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada.
Making plans with the boys. I'm gonna hit the town. Yeah, I'm gonna make some noise. I'll push past the pain and my wounded pride. I'm gonna live it up. Yeah, stay out all night.
Okay. It doesn't even have to be podcast day. I'm this chipper every morning.
No, he's not.
Welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast, live from the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada. We're broadcasting at 10 a.m. Los Angeles time. Welcome to the show. Everybody listening on KGXT Radio. I'm trying to figure out if it's 5x5, if we're good to go. We're getting some thumbs up across the studio. All right. So, I don't know if Danny H is listening, but it seems to be the microphones are plugged in and working. It seems to be the pod track is moving up and down. It appears also that Streamlabs is moving side to side. So Danny H can grab a beer and sit back in his chair and be quiet for the remainder of the podcast. Thank you. Please keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times until the ride comes to a complete stop. Thank you.
Oh, that's his real voice, boys and girls. Wow.
Oh,
Did you
my
hit
God.
record? That's what he wants to know.
Hold on. Yeah.
Oh, see, he had to check.
Wait, it's not recording.
Oh, thanks, Danny H.
I hit record. It was recording. You know what is?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're not listening here. Let's make sure that the Streamlabs, I did hit record on that.
Yeah.
God,
See?
fucking Windows. Windows computers suck ass. They're just,
Wow.
they're no Mac. All right,
Wow.
yes. It appears that we are recording. I've got the backup recording going on the pod track. I've got the video and audio going on the Streamlabs setup. So, chush! Give me the Polly Shore. Chush!
You know, you're going to have to lose that title of trained broadcast professional.
Well, I didn't say I was trained well.
But you're not a professional, amateur.
Whoa.
Trained broadcast amateur.
Semi-trained amateur broadcaster.
There you go. You got to earn the professional.
Not really. I have. Yeah, I'm old. I'm grandfathered in. That's the rule.
You are not that famous that you don't have a guy that's going to do that for
No,
you.
if
What,
I-
an audio guy?
That's right. If I was famous, I'd have a guy. I don't got a guy.
Do you know a guy?
I don't even know a guy. That's how
You do know a guy.
That's how not famous I am. I don't even know a guy.
Yes, you do know a guy.
I do? Who's the guy?
Eric Scott Williams, but, you know, he's a little more professional than you are.
He's also expensive. He works for real money and does a real
That's why I'm
job.
saying, I go, he's way out of your league, man.
You know, if he tours with Boss Sticks again, or both, I think it's Boss Sticks. It's the
Boston cover?
Yeah, well, it's one of the original members of Styx, and I think one of the ones from Boston.
Oh,
but,
they combined it.
yeah, and so it is a cover band, but it's got original members, and he does all the audio for that. If they go on tour again, I'd like to
So
see him.
he's not playing bass. He's
No.
just doing audio for them.
He does the entire sound setup
Oh,
every
that's awesome.
show. Were you with me when I went out to Sylmar to find him that time, or?
No, I didn't go with you.
It was I was looking for him because he was they were doing a big festival out
Right.
there, and he did the setup. Not hard to find Eric Scott Williams. All you got to find is the guy running the 7,000 switchboard, piece switchboard. That's the guy. But yes, no, he's not playing bass in this particular band. I don't believe.
Gotcha.
So he's
I
doing
gotcha.
setup. I got to contact him if he's doing that
So
stuff.
just so you know, a little, bringing this around town, this guy that we're talking about, Eric Scott Williams, was part of Highway Down, who does our podcast music. So he's the bass player on that. So
Yeah.
that's how it comes full circle.
When you guys hear the intro to this podcast and the exit music,
That's right.
That's Highway Down, and that's Eric. I don't know if he wrote any of those songs with Brian, but he's definitely in the band.
If you have a CD from us, a podcast CD, a Highway Down CD, those are original and only
Yeah.
CDs that are left that we're sending out. He's on there on the back, and
Yep.
you can read about him on that. So
Yeah, they got a good sleeve on that about the band and stuff. So that's Eric Scott Williams. So
all right. Well, that's
yeah,
cool. Little plug for them.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, you know who else we should plug? I'm telling you, I want to talk about the barbecue. The barbecue was
We're
probably
going to just jump right in there, not go
most
into the
fun.
small stuff.
No.
Wow.
Well, I'll get sidetracked. You know how I get.
No kidding. You see a squirrel, and
Yeah,
you're gone.
okay,
Oh,
well-
but wait, let me rephrase that. Bird.
I don't watch birds. I don't know what you're
Let me
talking
set
about.
this up. So let me set up where we're sitting. We are sitting in one of the bedrooms at the house that we are in
Studio.
Nevada.
It's a studio. Don't ever say bedroom. Ever.
I'm explaining that's the size of it.
Then lie and say one of the rooms has been converted to a studio.
Okay, there you
got to
go.
give the ambience
my
that we are
gosh.
in a professional studio. You don't ever say like Cigar Scotty. You know what Cigar Scotty's
here he
room?
goes.
You know where he broadcasts from? A closet. And every time he takes a picture, Cigar Scotty, and posts it on Facebook, he's like, I'm in the studio. You can see the microphone, his face, and the soundproofing. Because if he turns the camera at all, you can see he's in a closet. There's barely enough room for a chair. So he always goes,
Okay.
well, I'm in my studio. And I always type in the comment section, I go, don't you mean your closet? He goes, shut up, quit saying that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me explain to you. So the general is sitting here at this big ass desk.
Yes, that's
this
true.
This monstrosity desk
That
that
was
I
your-
provided for him.
Your dad provided it.
My mother provided it.
Did your dad buy this from Lockheed down in
I
Burbank?
don't know if he bought it. He probably it was Lockheed salvage. Who knows? My dad probably hauled that. The guy probably goes, if you can haul this thing out, you can have it for free. And I'm sure my dad figured it out. And he was an engineer. Don't take much. So this big ass monstrosity of a desk
Yes.
is sitting in this room.
Studio.
I have like a foot of space, but outside his beautiful window is his bird watching equipment. So while I'm looking at him, we're making eye contact.
Bird watching equipment.
We're
Wow.
making eye contact and talking. Every once in a while, his head swings to the right out the window and his birds are there. So, the birds are taking precedence over his wife,
First
the
of all,
podcast.
First of all, there's two things I'd like to comment on this. One, you're lying. Number two, even if you weren't lying, why would you put all my business out there on the street like that?
Because that's what the podcast is, Big Daddy. That's what people come
So
for.
the barbecue was a huge success. We had a lot of fun there, and I'm gonna get this wrong because I met the young man before the barbecue, Ruiz Cigars, and they're in Reno.
Luis Ruiz is his
That
name.
is not his name.
Was his name.
Luis Ruiz? Wow. Okay. I want to talk to the dad now and find out how drunk he was when he came up with that. Let's name him Luis
Smoking
Ruiz.
some peyote.
I
maybe.
wonder what his middle name is.
Ruiz.
Ruiz. And so the kid was down there. Not the father, but the son was there. I met him at Ruiz Cigars in Reno. And I got to tell you, that guy was the only place that had the cigars that I wanted. We
called around trying to find him.
Nothing in Gardnerville, nothing in Minden, nothing at the big smoke shops in Carson City. And finally, after bumping around Reno, we found that he's like, yeah, I got a box of them right here. Sure as shit, he has Del Sols.
Yes, he did.
And you guys know that's my cigar of choice. I don't smoke often, but when I do, I like a Del Sol. Right on the side of the box, it says hand wrapped in the laps of virgins. I always assume it's women virgins, but it never says.
You don't want to know otherwise.
I don't want to know otherwise.
That's what I thought.
But the kid was awesome, Louise. I didn't remember his name, but it just referred to him as the kid at the cigar shop.
He was knowledgeable.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Let me give you a little backdrop of what I heard. So while the general was roaming around the cigar shop talking to all the men in there smoking, little Miss Hot and Nerdy and I snuck to the back because she's never been in that place before. She's never been in a cigar shop before. So I said, hey, come back here. So I walked her into the big humidor that is like floor to ceiling cigars and stuff. And she was like, whoa. I said, it's temperature controlled. I said,
Moisture
it's moisture
controlled,
controlled. So the kid comes in there and they have a full wall of Ruiz cigars themselves, their own brand of cigars. And so I started asking about it. So his father, who started this store, he grew up in Nicaragua and he worked the tobacco farms. That's how he started. And I was like, wow, that's a cool story. So he started learning the whole thing of how you roll cigars, peeling the tobacco.
I caught
and
part
stuff.
of that story. He said my dad used to work for 59 cents a day.
Yes, in Nicaragua.
Rolling
So
them,
then
yeah.
they came to America, and then his dad got his own tobacco farm. So Ruiz Cigars has their own tobacco farm in Nicaragua. And this kid says 2 or 3 times a year he goes down there and hand picks it. He has to work the field.
Wow.
His dad makes him do it. But his dad has started this store. I hope you get to interview this man, because that is an American dream.
Well, and the kid said
true.
I could. I asked him, I said, would you and your dad like to meet me? We have a studio in downtown Reno that I'd very much like to hear his story.
Yes.
You know, there's no gotcha moments. I just ask a lot of questions and do a lot of listening. I think it'd be a very interesting story to hear about that guy's travels in his life. And I did ask, does your dad speak English? And he goes, better than I do. Because that'd be a tough interview, because I don't speak Spanish and or Nicaraguan for that matter. And so I went to him and asked him, and he said he'd be willing to. We haven't followed up on that. But if you guys, did they have a website? I know
do.
They ship out, right?
Yes, they do. Our moderator put it into the Discord chat, but it's Ruiz Cigar, not with an S, cigar.com, and they do ship out. So if you'd like to try the General cigar, you can ask them for
So Ruiz Cigar, not cigars.
Correct.
I would have just typed in Ruiz Cigars and I'd have been in the wrong spot. So it's ruizcigar.com in Reno. Yeah, there's not an affiliate link. We're not getting paid. You know, they gave us a discount and little gift bag of stuff for me, but they didn't do anything to. They're not a sponsor of the program. I just like them. They're really fucking cool cats.
If it gets to the point where it's the barbecue next year or whatever, I'm hoping to have an event the day before the barbecue where the guys can go, or girls, if you smoke cigars, or if you just want to sit there and smell it, because I like the smell of it, they do events. So I'm hoping that maybe we can do an event there next year. Like
that would be so great. Do a little whiskey and cigars or something.
They have a place for nice recliner chairs in there. It's a nice place to hang out.
The guys that were in there smoking, they did have drinks. They had whiskeys. They had bourbons with them. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not promoting these guys because they're a sponsor. They're just cool cats, and I want to interview them, and I liked their supply of stuff. They had a good inventory, and they got 2 stores there in Reno. One's in Reno, one's in Sparks. But if you guys want to check them out, like I said, there's no affiliate link. We don't get paid for that. It's just trying to help out somebody who's worth helping out. The other one,
he's living the American dream.
Yeah.
So it does still exist, people.
It does. So we did have some cigars. We passed them out at the night of the barbecue. Or was it the day before? I can't remember if we did them the day of the barbecue or which day. One of the two.
You did it at the barbecue, I believe. No, I don't know. Maybe you did both.
We were outside at the whiskey table. The Sun Valley Fox had set up that whiskey table outside. And we were all sitting around there. But I can't remember. I remember Cigar Scotty, but he was there both days.
I don't know.
But it was
Doesn't
one
matter.
of the 2 days.
There was cigars and whiskey all weekend.
Yes.
It was like a frat party.
It was delicious, and it was a good time. That was one tiny aspect of how much fun the barbecue was.
Danny, you are amazing. Before the show night, it has to be Bottom of the Glass Nation Day. Danny, I love you.
Oh, that's
Don't tell Two Bear.
Yeah, don't tell Two Bear. Wow, you're gonna start a little sibling rivalry there.
That's funny.
So the barbecue, I will say, I can say that it went off without a hitch, and that was some good planning by everybody there. Christine Matlock, Little Miss Heart and Nerd, she did a good job. Gen X Mom was the orchestrator with the puppet strings. Saint Donna was helping everybody out in the kitchen, and then of course all the staff came together, and they all took over and plugged the holes and filled up where everything needed to be. There was you look back on events, on a barbecue or anything you do, and you always go, God, I could have done something a little better.
I know.
We didn't have any Big Lebowski time because I didn't get up and do it. I was supposed to walk around with that microphone and talk about trivia. I forgot to do that. I spent too much time sitting there talking to people behind the camera, trying to, just run the show. I needed to do it different. But
I feel like maybe we need to make it like a half-day event, practically. The way
almost, yeah.
The way I don't know if my brother's listening. He might not want that. But I'm just saying, it seemed like, when you think of it, 4 hours, 5 hours. I think we had 5 hours, 4 to 9.
Yeah,
just didn't seem like.
It went by so fast.
It went really fast with everything that was going on and meeting everybody and being able to spend the time with everybody. So it's almost like it needs to be, from noon on and, let's see how that goes. But
well, there was so many things that we could have done that we had planned and we just didn't fit in And we need to do it a little more structured because once I get there, I kind of go into barbecue mode.
Right.
I hang out, I'll have a few drinks, I have a cigar, talk to everybody. And if you turn the camera and the mic on, yeah, I'll do that part of the job, but I'm still in barbecue mode. I forgot a lot of the things that we had scheduled.
I know.
But I got to tell you, staff did an amazing job helping out. Big Mike Perkins ran around driving everybody as our
Gen
Uber
X
driver,
Talks
the Gen
Uber.
X Talks Uber guy. Everything flowed. There's no arguments. Everybody was having a good time. It was a very positive event. And every year it gets better. Every year it gets a little bigger. And every year we keep thinking of ways we can improve it. We did the steak challenge. We did the steak cook-off. Chef John, we flew him in from Arizona, and he went up against Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, and he won.
He did.
I don't care what you say.
By
Now,
the skin of his pants.
in the points totals, he won by 9 points. In the judges,
We have a democracy.
we do. Well, constitutional republic.
I'm sorry, constitutional republic.
In the constitutional republic of Gen X Talks, Chef John won the popular vote by
There you go.
9 points,
There you
which is
go.
not many. But Little Miss Hot and Nerdy won the judges.
Right.
She won the judges by 4-3. 4 judges picked her steak and 3 picked Chef John's. So I guess they're both winners.
There you go.
There's no participation trophies though around here at Gen X Talks. We awarded the trophy, the roses, and the gift basket according
Yes, we did.
to popular vote. And Chef John got to take those home. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag a little bit because Chef John can't stop me.
Oh, he's probably not even listening. He's probably working.
He's probably working.
So just go, baby.
I'm going
go.
to do it. So Chef John comes out 2 times during the barbecue. I notice him a little teary-eyed.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, that doesn't look good. And it turns out Chef John was just upset because he knew it was coming to an end. And he actually, I guess this is a tradition, I learned something about chefs. He gave 2 of his knives away or 1. I know he gave 1 for sure. I think he gave 2, but I know he gave 1. His own personal collection of cutlery. And as a chef retires, they pass their collection of these certain knives on. And I guess he had 4 of them total, he said. And I think if I'm getting that right, he brought one and I thought he gave one to Little Miss Hot and Nerdy. I know he gave one to Sarah H., who's only cursory on staff because she's married to Danny H.
Yeah, she's +1. She's the best +1.
Yeah. So, but I just letting
It's
you know.
Sarah H. bringing Danny with her.
No, it's Danny H is on staff, and he's bringing her as a +1. Should that marriage ever fail, she got problems. She's gonna have to go marry another staff member. Just to be clear,
You didn't even say me. He gave me a knife.
I didn't know that.
Chef John cornered me and gave me a knife.
No.
We got to talk about, I got to tell him about the edible schoolyard and me teaching kids kindergarten through 6th grade basic knife skills and stuff, and it blew him away.
I never heard any of this.
We had the conversation. He goes, wait a minute. He goes, you did what? I said, yeah, there was a program that I was the kitchen lead teacher. And I said, I ran this kitchen with I had 2 other employees. And I said, we would bring in classrooms of kids, kindergarten through 6th grade, and teach them basic knife skills as they developed, as they grew up. And he goes, what? And then I was kind of telling him about the program. And so later, this makes me tear up because he came to me, he goes, after that story, he goes, I'm handing you over a knife. I got a knife from him.
I had this is the first I've heard of that.
I thought you were there.
No.
It was late in the evening. It was kind of the end of the barbecue when he
How
kind
many
of cornered
whiskeys
me.
I had at that point? I don't remember
I don't
anything.
know. But anyways, I have a knife of his and I teared up because I've never had a chef give me a knife before. I feel like I don't deserve it because I don't
Wow.
have knife skills like a chef does. But yeah, that was pretty moving.
He should have given the knife to me.
What kind of skills do you have?
I've got nunchuck skills. I've got ninja skills. I was improving my knife skills. I think I should get a knife. Little Napoleon Dynamite there. Nice pull. All right.
A
Whatever.
little pocket knife?
Well,
That's
it
cute.
was okay. Don't.
That's cute.
Don't describe stuff I do as
I've
cute.
never seen you in the kitchen with a knife ever.
Yeah.
I am putting you on
Blast,
blast
yeah.
right now.
Bitch. All right. That's a button you push. I didn't say that. That's a button I
You
push.
liar. Note, he did call me that. Asshole.
Hey, that's your button. Are we ever going to get to the program? We're just
I
gonna
don't know.
Are we just going to talk to each other the whole
Man,
time?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay.
What is in your water this morning, man? I don't know, because mine's a little like, whoa.
Oh, it's not water. I got vodka in there today. Just going
Vodka?
straight vodka. Nothing
With
but
orange
vodka.
juice?
Nope, just vodka.
Oh,
Look at
okay.
it. It's clear.
All right. Go for it.
So the barbecue, that was a Chef John moment that I thought was touching because I knew that it meant a lot to him to do that. I didn't know that was a tradition. I didn't know that was a thing. Kind of. I listened in on some of that.
I have another thing to tell you. You can't be called a chef unless a chef names you a chef.
Wow. So what you're saying is that Little Miss Hot and Nerdy will never be a chef.
Why?
No one's who's going to call her a chef.
Shut
Come on.
up.
Come
That's
on.
usually the tradition. You can work in a kitchen,
Yeah.
but if the chef never promotes you to a chef, that's usually how it goes.
Now, Chef John, when he relinquished his knives, and way before he relinquished these knives, he gave his hat, the chef hat away.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yes, you do.
Now, I'm not a chef, but I have that. That is one of my most treasured things that I have is he signed that, Chef John, and gave that to me, and I have that to this day.
Yeah, somewhere.
I know where it is. I got all my stuff in storage in a box. I know exactly where it is.
Yes, you do have one.
It's preserved.
Yes, you do have
So the barbecue was good. Everybody had a good time. I loved that this, I say this every year, but if you were at the barbecue, you can attest to this. It's a true story. Not even true. It's a story.
Is this a lie?
No.
Sort of a truth?
It's a no. It is a true story.
Are you sure?
Or true. It's a story.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Everybody fits in. You get everybody that is so like-minded that you can sit at a table with 4 people you do not know and you're having a conversation within a minute. Mm-hmm. Everybody moved around and sat with people and talked, and they'd bump into each other. Or you had a big, long line for that barbecue of that big table of stuff.
Yes.
Everybody talked about that. Such good food. Everything was fun. But in the line, people were making friends in that line. It's odd when you get everyone together, they just fit and they feel like they belong. There wasn't one person I ran into that didn't feel like that was a comfortable barbecue.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we had the steaks. Little Miss Nerdy went and made friends with, was it Armando and Sons? Did I get that
Yes,
right?
you did.
Armando and Sons. I don't think they ship out, so I can't give you their
They're
website.
a local butcher shop here.
Yeah,
so.
in Reno, and I guess super popular. Everybody knows them, and I'm sure they get their beef locally, because there's all these there's herds out here that are just grown
Right.
for this area. I got to go meet them. Little Miss Hot and Nerdy met them, but it's Armando and Sons in Reno. If you guys are ever passing through, or you're ever able to stop by there, check out their stuff. My God, I've only had 2 cuts of meat from there, 1 cut, but 2 servings, and it was delicious.
It sounds like from the website that the company's next venture is a direct-to-consumer retail butcher shop called Armando and Sons Butcher Shop and Fine Food. So,
Well, I'm telling you, they're not paying us. They didn't donate the steaks and go, here's your free steaks. Talk about it. I'm just telling you, when someone comes along you like working with, I like working with them. I liked. Thank you. They gave Little Miss Hot Nerdy a break on the cost,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, I was not disappointed. I would drive all the way to Reno to shop there. I would.
Yeah.
It's that good. So Armando and Sons was another one you guys got to check out. They're not paid by us. I'm just letting you know what was at the barbecue. The Ruiz Cigars were at the barbecue. The Armando and Sons meat was at the barbecue. I'm just letting you know how
we
it went.
appreciate them.
Oh, completely.
The other
Yeah.
people we need to call out is my brother, the Sun Valley Fox in St. Donna. They were gracious enough to open up their house. That is a big, I have to tell you, the very first time the general came to me and said, we're hosting a barbecue for Gen X Talks, my butt puckered. I was like, oh my gosh, we're opening up our personal space. It's a lot. I get it. I felt it the first year. Was like, man, you open up your personal space. That's huge. That's walking into your circle.
But I calmed you down some because I had a good plan. I'd worked with some people on turning this thing around to a nice direction. And then we were pretty sure, even since the first barbecue, that we knew everybody coming.
Yeah.
Very few people did we show up, even at your brother's house, that we didn't know.
Right.
And so, you just a stranger, you keep an eye on them until you get comfortable.
Yeah.
And there wasn't that many. It worked
But it
out
wasn't.
great.
So I know the feeling when you open up your house, and I'm just so grateful and happy that my brother and sister-in-law did that. That was so sweet of them. And
That was another thing. Other than the food line, which everybody loved.
Yeah, I was going to say homemade food.
They,
I don't think there was anything. Oh, yeah.
I think they loved the Sun Valley Fox and St. Donna just as much as the food line. For sure, St. Donna, but I think some of the food, I think your brother takes second place to some of the food.
Wow.
By people's descriptions, of course.
Okay.
Don't kill the
That
messenger
was just
here.
their opinion.
That was their opinion. Yeah.
That's what you were hearing. That was the rumors that were
was a
floating
word on
around.
the street. What do I know?
I got you. I heard
But
you.
it worked out well. It was a lot of fun. We did a broadcast. We made a little short video. A lot of you members have seen the short teaser video. We're going to put together a bunch of pictures and a montage video to let everybody see. But the members always get to see it first. Great responses from the people that have seen the videos we've put out with that. That's been a lot of fun too.
So our next event, just so you know, we're going to announce it. It's going to be in January. You got to keep watching the website. We'll announce the date and venue as soon as that comes through. But January is going to be here before we know it.
The end of January, like usually the last 10 days, we try to fit it into the last 10 days. It's usually the last 10 days of January. It's usually at the Red Rock Hotel and Casino, off the strip, way off the strip, in Las Vegas. So if you need to block out a little time, start cashing in your aluminum cans, that's what you need to start saving for, because that one's going to be a fun one too. And
This is a big event. This one is our 5-year
this
anniversary. This is 5 years. We Gen X Talks I think it's January 25th was 2020 was the very first video that was launched. So that we should probably play that at the event.
We should, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We got some ideas on that one to make it a little more fun, a little bigger. It usually lasts, people normally show up for 4 days, 3 or 4 days. And because there's little things to do in between, there's unsanctioned events that we all hang out and do. We go to have dinner, we go over here, do something in town together. Kind of very impromptu, but there are things that are scheduled, and they're a lot of fun, and they're tradition, and they'll be posted also.
Also, just so you know, we do stay at the off strip. We do not stay on the strip. The Red Rock Casino and Spa is off strip, way off strip. And the reason we do it is because that is kind of all inclusive. So if people stay there or nearby, people do get Airbnbs. You get to interact with people from Bottom of the Glass Nation.
Yeah.
You'll be able to, in between time, meet, have dinner, lunch,
It's just
drinks.
it's also not as hectic being on the strip, trying to do anything. You're not fighting that traffic.
Right.
Although, as the news reports have been coming through, I guess the strip's not that crowded anymore. Vegas is struggling.
So we'll see.
We'll let you guys know when we know. The other one is, real quick, let me sideline here.
My phone is just going off
Do we have an appointment for the truck to get in for the warranty work?
Not yet. I have to reschedule that.
What are you waiting for? Let's go.
For the stars to crash?
Yeah, you're waiting for the stars to align?
Well,
what are you doing? We got a little problem with my truck. It's still a new truck. It's still under warranty.
Whoa. Whose truck?
Mine. Got a little problem with my truck. It's still under warranty. And the transmission, if you guys are not a mechanic, it is a small vibration. If you are a mechanic, I will tell you it is a transmission shutter on the 1-2 shift, up and down, 2-1, 1-2. It's got a shutter there.
Okay, Mr. Mechanic.
Well, that's like one of the only things I'm good at, so leave me alone. And I got to take that in, and I'm pretty sure the first thing you're going to try to do is reprogram it. But if that doesn't work, it's a sticky valve in the valve body, which are on national back order. So I just got to tell them, don't tear it down. Just give me my fucking truck.
Good luck.
And drive my truck, and we'll see how that goes. But I got to take the truck in. So there's your car story, but I'll let you know how that goes.
Wow, that was it? That was the car story. So why would something like that happen? Let's talk about the car story. Why, as a girl, why would that happen? And especially between 1 and 2.
Well, first of all, what it feels like is if you were driving a stick, and I know you know how to drive a stick, so that's why I'm driving.
Yeah, tell everybody, I know how to drive a stick.
You do.
Okay.
And it'd be like if you had a shaking, a worn out clutch, and it would shake as you shifted. It would kind of grab and let the clutch all the way out. You're fine.
Okay.
But as you push the clutch in, it kind of skips.
Okay.
Every time you push in the clutch or something, you can feel it shudder. You can feel it skip. Well, that's on a manual transmission. But that's the way it feels. And what happens is an automatic transmission has clutch packs. And a clutch, it does it for you, automatic. And there's no manual clutch to press in. The computer and the transmission, through fluid pressure, shift from one gear pack to another. One clutch engages, one disengages. And what's happening is the way it feels to me on that 1-2 shift, as the first gear is the clutch pack is trying to let go, and second gear, the clutch pack is trying to grab it. There is a fight because they're both engaged at the same time.
Oh.
So what it feels like is that one's not letting go, and the computer is probably telling it correctly when to let go. But if the valve gets stuck and it can't release the fluid pressure stays, the one clutch stays engaged, and the number 2 is like, hey, my valve's open, I'm trying to engage, and the clutch pack number 1 saying, my valve's open, I'm staying engaged. And the computer's saying, well, I shut off valve 1. What the fuck, Chuck? But it's stuck. If it gets stuck, this is extreme layman's terms, believe me. Transmission guys would pick apart what I'm saying left and right, but I'm just trying to put it in crayon form in 3-syllable words.
I appreciate that.
And so that's what's happening. I think that shudder is the letting go of one and the engaging of two. Or as you're downshifting, coming down from 3, third gear, second gear, first gear, when it gets to 2, handing off to 1, they're both engaged a little bit at the same time. And that's causing the clutch to wear. If you keep doing that, you'll have to wear out the clutches and you got to put new clutches in. That was
my next question, is what happens if it goes undetected? What's the worst case scenario?
Well, and most people, you feel it mostly when you're downshifting. So you know what people always think it is? They think it's their brakes. Oh. Because as you're slowing down, you're pushing on the brake pedal right before you get to the stop sign. It shifts from 2 to 1. You feel the shudder and someone goes, oh, my brakes are shuddering. And it's not.
Interesting.
It's not a brake issue. For me, I can tell you it's a transmission issue. And you let it go too long, you have to replace those clutch pads because you're wearing them out like crazy. You're fucking wearing them out. So, if this takes too long for us to get it in, and it takes them.
What was the raised eyebrows for?
Because I don't want them to say, we're not replacing your clutches. We did have an appointment. Yeah, and you missed it.
No, you missed it.
Because my truck? That's right. I missed it. You're right. You're sitting there smiling, but nobody can hear you're smiling, but you're smiling over there. I can see what you're doing. Anyway, so we got to take it in and got to get it fixed. It is under warranty. They'll take care of it, but it's just tough to be without your vehicle for a while. I don't know how long it'll take them to do it. If they just have to do the program or even the valve body, they'll have it back in a day. But if it's longer than that, yeah, we got a problem, just so you know. Anyway, what else?
I don't know. You're in charge.
Oh, now I'm in charge. Somebody write that down that I'm in charge. She said it. You heard her. You heard her. No, come on. You said I'm in charge. You can't do that.
Oh.
All right.
Well, let's talk about our bougie lunch on Monday.
Yeah, we make a mistake letting Christine Matlock pick where we go to lunch. We had our meeting at the print shop.
A new print shop.
This is our third print shop that we haven't been happy with the first 2. So we went to a third one. Seems to be okay. Let's see how it works out. This was at the recommendation of Christine Matlock. She's married to Ben Matlock.
Never lost a case.
And after we were done, we did all the presentation there and we gave them the pitch and talked about what we wanted to do. I offered to take your queen, Her Majesty, Gen X Mom, and Little Miss Hot and Nerdy to lunch. I figured I can't go wrong, having 2 hot chicks by my side for lunch. So being we're on a different part of town, we don't live here. We just got here. And I asked Christine, said, hey, where should we go for lunch? She goes, I have the perfect place. And I go, what is it? She goes, it's called Sparks Water Bar. I'm like, that's stupid. Sparks Water Bar?
I was trying to figure out
a beer bar. I'm in. Whiskey bar. Okay. Water bar.
Flavored water.
So I went, all right, well, let's try this thing. And of course you go in there and of course Little Miss, her license plate has bougie written all over it. She's Little Miss Hot and Nerdy. She's
when
bougie.
When we left the print shop and she said that, I said, well, it's probably going to be bougie. So
yeah, and
I said that to you.
It's like $13 for tap water. It's more expensive if you want filtered water.
Oh my goodness!
The waiter comes to your table and there's a translator from French to whatever language the patrons need to be served with. And so I said, can you translate French to trailer trash because that's where I grew up in trailer. And he said, yeah, we can do that. And they, of course, they had to get a credit card from me before we were allowed to go in the place. But it was delicious.
It was really good.
It was. And here's where I step on my dick. Do you remember what I had? What I chose of all the steaks and all the appetizers? Do you remember what I had for lunch?
A wedge salad.
I had a wedge salad.
He went very bougie.
My fat ass was drinking sparkling water where you could ting the side of the glass because it was crystal. And I had a wedge salad.
That was so cute.
How does I step on my dick with that, you might ask? Good. Glad you're asking. Dr. McDreamy goes, dude, never have a wedge salad that tears up your gut. I was like, man,
After the fact.
I should have just had a burger then, man. Just give me a fucking hamburger, a steak or something. It was a delicious wedge salad, though, I'll tell you. It was really good. And
They're the home of the wet woody.
They're home of the wet woody, yeah. For those of you that are members, you saw on the General's Lunchbox is a Facebook page. You also saw on Patreon, I posted pictures of what they sell. You know, you think a place would sell
Great marketing.
Yeah, you'd sell a
Great
T-shirt.
marketing.
You'd sell a hoodie, a little cap, something that says Sparks water bar. No. These are some of the dirtiest. They were underwear.
Raunchy.
They were thong underwears with print on them.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit, this is on the way out. And of course, you know, you can't get embarrassed because the girl sitting there trying to sell you the stuff, going, would you like to try some of these on? She's hot. She's this hot blonde girl. I'm like, okay, thank you. I'll take one. What? And
Supposedly they have one or two up at Lake Tahoe also on the lake.
On the lake, yeah. And so I don't remember what you girls had. Both of you tried the French soup.
Oh, I love French onion soup, and
Yeah.
not everybody has it. It was delicious. Oh, and I had the coconut prawns.
For an appetizer.
Oh,
Then we're trying
so
to leave.
good.
I thought we were done for the day, but apparently there's a thing called the dessert menu that made its way to the table.
I had to have
And
dessert.
you got this
Oh,
big...
yeah, you wouldn't stop eating it.
Christine they gave her a spoon too. Why are you yelling at me?
You didn't have to touch it.
They put this big thing down, this triple 400 pound chocolate thing dripping in the center table, which Gen X Mom was the only one who ordered it. I said no dessert.
Yes.
Christine said no dessert.
Yes.
You ordered dessert.
And then everybody took it.
And they came to us.
It
and
was
put
ice cream
They
cake.
put it in the middle of the table with 3 spoons. I saw your heart drain out of your face.
Did. I almost ordered a second one. I went,
Well, because we tried it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is good.
it was so good.
Right now, I would drive straight there just to have that. That's how good that was. I
so
drive
you're
all the way.
taking me there?
I would go to.
We have to go near there tomorrow, so, you know.
I'm telling you, just for that, it was so delicious. So, but we went and then we had the stuff, and then we got out of there. But yeah, it was the most bougie place ever. It kind of looked like, for those of you that have been grown up in the Southern California area, it looks like Marina Del Rey without the ocean. It has
near the marina.
It has a marina, it has a
There's
lake there.
A man-made marina.
Right. And so you get the feel of it, but it was very Southern California.
And it was empty for lunchtime. I'm sure that our dinner time, like happy hour and dinner time was, we should tell them about happy hour.
We were on a Monday too, so.
Yeah, we should tell them about happy hour. Because didn't Christine go, what time?
She
Is there a happy hour menu?
What are the specials for happy hour menu? And the lady goes, it's not till 4 o'clock or 4:30. Well, by the time we were getting our check, I looked at her and go, it's happy hour now. Readjust those prices.
It was. We had been there so long.
We stayed there so long, but we did talk about some stuff. It was there was a lot to catch up on with Gen X Talks.
Oh, you're in trouble. Your doctor just texted me.
Well, about what?
You never mentioned the dessert.
Okay.
I'm sorry, everybody. Dr. McDreamy just texted.
He's got to be
my
listening.
phone.
He's got to be listening to the
He
podcast.
is.
God damn.
So we all
I had one bite.
He did. He only had like one or two. He just tried it. I was the one like.
God damn, just one fucking bite, and I get ratted out.
You're the one that let it go, man.
Okay, look, normally he doesn't listen to it live. Normally he listens to the replay later. He listens on
Not true.
Spotify.
He tries as often as possible to listen to it live.
Okay. Whatever.
Would you like to recanter your...
No, it was delicious, and I don't care. It was chocolatey, and
Someone's in trouble, and
I
it's not
liked
me.
it. Yeah, for once it's not you. But I did. But the little props to me for eating a big fat guy having a salad. I'm doing the right thing there. And it turned out that was wrong. And McDreamy was right. He's like, have a fucking steak, man.
That's what I try to tell you at lunch. I go, do you want a steak? They have steaks. I go, do you want a burger? I can get the burger with no bun. And you're like, no, I think I'll just have a salad. I'm like, okay, whatever.
But they made me a big wedge salad. It was good. It was delicious.
Wedge salads are underrated.
Yeah, completely. I dig them. Although I can't have one ever again. Never.
Although iceberg lettuce has like no nutritional value whatsoever.
Well, then why was it bad for me?
What?
Why was it bad if it isn't? It's not.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just like.
No, he told me don't ever do that. It's tearing you up inside.
Well, that's
it's almost
because...
like, what is a wedge salad turned to concrete and pass through you, ripping and scraping as it goes?
Okay, here you go. Let me talk to you as I talk to a third grader when you eat salad, okay?
Okay.
When you eat salad,
yeah,
it's roughage. Remember Mom's word, roughage?
I do.
Remember that?
I do.
So it goes into your colon and scrapes the side of your colon and gets all the crappy, yucky stuff out of there. It's kind of like a gut cleaning.
That sounds good. That sounds like a good thing.
Except you have a problem right now.
I got a weak gut, huh?
Well, yeah, it's like... Yes, I'm not going to go into any more
I'm trying
details.
to make you now, but I'm giving you a free one.
It's really hard
it's
to
a
digest.
Weak gut, isn't it? And you're like, well, let me see if I can make this worse. But go ahead. You're talking.
It is. It's just hard to digest. It's hard to. It's just. Let's just say that.
So I'm not normal. Everybody else can have a wedge salad, but I can't have a wedge
everybody,
salad.
It's a hard time. I wouldn't suggest you have a salad like 3 or 4 times a day or something for a regular person, but you're having problems and you are just aspirating the problem.
Just wanted a fucking salad. That's all I wanted.
And you did. You had it.
Big fat guy
Way
in
to
a
go.
bougie restaurant having a salad with
Way
my
to go.
Dodger with my Dodger hat on.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I did it.
You did it.
So
then got in trouble.
Then got in trouble. Took a few pictures on the way out. We post those for the member site so you can see what we were doing. Did not get a picture of the dessert. I wish we had, because I don't remember what it was now.
I never took a picture of dessert. Sorry.
No.
It was some, I don't know what it was.
Christine would know because she knew all the desserts. She goes, oh, I've tried them all.
It was more like an ice cream cake.
Yeah, it was.
That's what it was.
Anyway, so what else is there to talk about? So you're touching on my medical condition a little bit.
Careful, your doctor's listening.
I know. Well, I was going to... Everybody has been waiting to asking. I can't tell you how many emails and messages and direct messages I've gotten right after the barbecue. You guys know that I have a gut pain. That's the only way to describe it. Okay.
Just a gut issue.
I will try to describe it for you the best I can. The
unhappy
same that
gut.
I've tried to describe it to Dr. McDreamy. Somewhere between my ass and my stomach, my intestines go. And somewhere in my intestines, it feels like a pulled muscle. I know that's not an accurate description. I know that if you're a doctor, that's like a stupid thing to say. It's like, well, you can't pull a muscle in your intestine. All right, I got it. And we know it's in the intestine. He knows that for sure. The first thing the doc did is he ran all the big tests and goes, okay, you don't have any big diseases. There's no disease. There's no cancer. He ran all the tests. No big things. All right, now we'll figure out what this is. All right, moving forward. But that's the way to describe it. When it hits me, it feels like a pulled muscle so bad, it'll fucking knock me down to my knees. And it passes within a few minutes. But then I have what we call the 10-hour pain. After that first pain strikes, I have a pain for 10 hours. Sometimes it's excruciating for 10 hours. Sometimes it's low. And it always shows up. It's about 2 hours after my initial pain, it sets in, and I'm stuck with it for the next 8 hours. 2 hours in, it levels out, and that's where I'm at. Now, Doc's got a few ideas on what that is. He's pretty sure it's in my intestinal tract because he's narrowed it down to that. All right, sounds right to me. But the only way to describe it is like a pulled muscle gut pain that you can't get rid of. You ever have a leg cramp where you wake up in the middle of the night and you got a cramp? Feels like that, but in my stomach. Or it's not in my stomach. Let me rephrase that. It's not a stomach issue. And it hurts like a motherfucker. All right, I've been dealing with that off and on for a year and a half. But after the barbecue, something different hit. And it was in my left side. And I don't know if I try to describe it, it was up, it was low, it was down. I don't know. So on my left side, and I never call Doc and to bug him about this stuff. I leave stuff alone unless I need him. I don't remember whether I called him or you did, and texted him and said, hey, this is a problem. First thing he said, take a picture of where it hurts. All right. Pointed right to it, took a picture, sent it. He's like, yeah. And all of a sudden he got worried. Put me on some antibiotics. Told me to have bone broth.
He was treating you for diverticulitis. That's what he was leaning towards.
Right. And, without going into all the particulars, I guess diverticulitis is something that most people just live with. Like 92% of the people, it's excruciating pain. You live with it. Okay. He sent me a text message, very clear. The next 24 hours are going to be very critical. Do what I'm telling you. I'm trying to keep you out of the hospital. And then I started trying to figure out, well, what type of diverticulitis or what
happened?
Yeah,
Why?
what the hell? Why would I be in the hospital over this? And why is this, turning into a problem? And I still don't know all the details. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. But apparently there are some people that die from that if it leaks, if you turn septic.
Yeah.
So, with following that, it was just my gut pain was coming and going. That pain was excruciating. And it took 4 days. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. And then I don't know if I even told Doc about a chest pain. I was wrestling with Briggs a little bit in the hallway, just fucking around. And all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. I felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest, barely made it to my chair. And that didn't go away for quite some time. Almost went to the hospital with that one, but then it finally started to dissipate and I was shaking it off and I was okay. Went out back, rubbed some dirt on it like you do. And it took every bit of 4 or 5 days to come out of these pains.
And he said no alcohol whatsoever.
He told me, because if you have alcohol with the medication I'm giving you, you're going in the hospital. Like you're going in. Don't
Even
drink.
with your gut problem, that's like putting lighter fluid on it, man.
So don't drink with the medicine. So I was all right with that. I didn't, but I missed all those shows. I missed the podcast. I couldn't do it. Now the good news is that he's got that side pain that was so bad. The diverticulitis deal was so bad. He's got that in check, and we're moving with bone broth to rebuild the gut. I guess apparently bone broth, or most broths, I guess other broths too, they rebuild your gut. It rebuilds it. It does some stuff to it that helps. So it's, keep doing the bone broth. All right. But the biggest accomplishment, and I don't know if I can say this with confidence just yet, but I told you guys the thing that started all this was the gut pain from 1.5 years ago. Absolutely just fucking killing me. And I've been dealing with it forever.
Tell him this is an epiphany you had, actually.
Well,
this is kind of what happened.
Somehow or another, in a conversation with Dr. McDreamy, he's like, I didn't know you were taking 5-hour energies. I don't drink
Super
Red Bull.
chicken sauce.
Yeah. I don't drink Red Bulls. I don't drink Monsters. But you guys know that, especially sometimes during the show, when you think that you're in trouble and you need help on the double, I open up a little tiny 5-hour and drink it. I've been drinking 1 in the morning around 6 or 7 and 1 in the afternoon around 4, probably since they were invented.
Yeah, forever.
Now, somehow I mentioned that to Doc in this last few days. He goes, you didn't tell me in fact, he worded it so I couldn't get out of it. I didn't tell you this.
Good for him.
He goes, you didn't tell me about the 5-hour intake. I was like, well, I don't know that we had a discussion about intake. And I wasn't hiding it from him. I do it. I
don't think you told him, but I think you told Marcy.
Well,
his wife. I think
I don't remember if I did or didn't, but I know how we missed it, because in the beginning, McDreamy takes over and says, okay, tell me what you eat. And then, what do I eat? And you give him a list. He goes, all right, tell me what medicines you take. And then you give him a list of medicines. I didn't include that in either one. It really didn't occur to me that it's a food or a medicine. So I never said anything. That'd be like telling him, I forgot to tell you I drink coffee in the morning. It just doesn't occur to me that it was a thing. So I wasn't keeping it from him. I do it publicly. I've been drinking these things on air. I didn't know it was a deal. But Doc, I can almost see him shaking his head going, you dumbass. These things, these drinks can cause huge inflammation. I'm like, so? He's like,
so?
Yeah, so? He's like, well, dipshit, this is what you're having a problem with. Is part of the problem is inflammation and repairing your gut. So he actually told me this Monday, about the middle of the day, I got the text. Now, I'd already taken 1 in the morning, so I didn't have 1 Monday afternoon. I didn't have one Tuesday. I didn't have one Wednesday, and I haven't had one Thursday.
That's right.
So right by now, I would have had, 7 more or 6 more. I haven't had any.
Yes, you stopped.
And guess what has begun to get better? That gut pain that I've been fighting for 2 years I've had it a few times, substantially less.
Yes.
And I mean substantially less. Now, could it be a coincidence? Yes. It's too early to tell. But what if him making that course correction relieves that gut pain that I've been fighting? That was my mainstay pain for almost 2 years. It kept me from going places. It kept me from doing things. I mean, and all of a sudden, on a fluke, here we are. Because I didn't realize I didn't tell him, and he clearly didn't know. And now that makes a difference. So
I hope people listening, that drink these energy drinks and stuff like that will just listen to your situation of what you're going through.
Well,
those things are dangerous. We have another, what was your cousin's husband drank those energy drinks.
Had a heart attack.
And had a heart attack.
He was like 30 years old and had a heart attack because he was drinking back when they came out like 4 or 5 monsters a day to keep going. He was trying to run multiple businesses and he just kept pounding them, and then he just had a heart attack, and they directly linked it to that.
His heart couldn't take it.
No, he just
So
died.
your gut can't take these
Possibly.
energies.
We don't know. Now, if this is, I have had in the past, in these 2 years that I've been suffering through this, I've had, a few days, 2 or 3 days where like, oh, the gut pain's much lower. And then it comes back just as strong. Perhaps we're just in one of those natural lulls. But if we're not, if it goes a week, if it goes 10 days, if it goes 2 weeks, and things are less, then I know for sure it was the energy drink, because that's the only thing I've changed. And it's quite a bit different. So anyway, I just thought I'd pass that along. That was my gut pain for 2 years. We might be on the right track. I did come close to being in the hospital, but was not. Dr. McDreamy kept me out. He gave Gen X mom some marching orders, and she made me follow them. And although it was very painful, I didn't end up checking out.
And I knew he was sick because he followed it to the letter.
Yeah.
You didn't budge on any of it. I said, this is what Dr. McDreamy wants you to take. This is what you're having. And you didn't
yeah,
fight
she
me
always
on
says that. She goes, you can tell when I'm sick because I obey.
Yeah. The other thing that's been dealing in our family is Brigger's been fighting, we thought was wisdom teeth. He's at the right age for the wisdom teeth. We thought his wisdom teeth were coming in. And he had a dentist appointment yesterday morning, and he found out that one of his molars is infected.
Yeah, or
That's
impacted or something.
No, it's infected. So,
Whatever it is, he's getting it fixed.
Yeah. So
He doesn't
that-
miss work, though. He complains a lot about it. He's holding the side of his fat face, but he goes to work every day, so I'm proud of him for that. Appreciate him doing those things.
Yeah.
What else was there? Was something else we were going to talk about, too.
About a wonderful staff.
Oh, yeah. We had a staff meeting yesterday trying to get caught up on some stuff. And we've had different members of staff off and on over these 5 years. And we've had some really good staff. I don't think we've ever had a group of bad staff, but I will say there was probably a couple of groups that weren't as effective. And I kind of looked at the staff, the way they interact with each other and with us over the last few months. And this right now, the staff members that we have are probably the most solid staff we've ever had. I have one exception to that, Trippy.
I know.
And I know Sammy Joe was part of it too, but Trippy carried such a big load.
He did.
He did. He was the utility guy, and he was everywhere. It's almost like you could have mediocre staff members as long as you had Trippy, because he plugged in everywhere. He would plug in and do things. He
was our utility player.
He was the utility player, yeah. So with saying Trip, and I love Trip, and I miss him a ton, but with him as the exception, that was right now we have such a solid staff, and the things that we're trying to accomplish this year with Gen X Talks, I think we got a good shot at it.
I think so too.
I think we really do, and I think these guys are on board, and I think they're dialed in, and I think they keep reminding me of the rough edges that I'm responsible for filing down, and I keep working on it. But it's a good staff.
We are so appreciative.
Just so you
for
guys
them.
know, it's a really
and they
good
are
staff.
they are uplifting for us too. Like when we're it's doing Gen X Talks takes a lot out of our day, a lot out of our time. It's more than an 8-hour-a-day job. And then when we're starting to slow down and get sluggish, this team pumps us up somehow, some way. They just keep us going, and we appreciate it. Even when that 1 week where we just stepped off the earth for a minute to take care of some medical stuff, they jumped in and kept things going and kept things positive and just it was just amazing. We cannot be more thankful for them. Correct?
Absolutely, 100%. They're doing a good job of making us feel like we're doing a good job, and that's helpful.
That is teamwork.
This we didn't get to a bunch of stuff here like I wanted to post. There was a bird that landed outside.
Here we go.
The bird camera.
Here we go.
Would have caught. I just happened to notice it. I'm not a bird guy.
Here we
but
go.
It was an unusual bird, and I thought, well, it was there for like 8 seconds and flew away, but perfectly in view of the camera. And I thought, I'm just going to go back and play back the
me into the
camera
bus right now.
and see what was on there, because if the camera's pointing at the bird and the
I see
bird's
where you're
unusual, I'll just look up on the camera. So what do?
Walk
I look
carefully.
up on the camera.
Be careful.
And she had opened the sliding window. And opened it and stopped at the edge of the window right in front of the camera. So all the camera sees is a big metal side of the window frame. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what bird happened by, and it may never come by again. It was unusual. It was different.
You can just lean over and move the window.
Yeah, it was too late at that point. The damage was done.
Oh, whatever.
The damage was done, and you did it.
Did not.
Yes, you did. Because as a guy opens up a window, they ascertain the entire situation.
Don't. No, you guys
There's no
don't.
guy I know that would have done that. Everyone would have said, I better move it over a little bit, blocking the camera. We as men, we see everything. We take the whole thing into consideration.
Goodness. No, you don't.
And then we solve the problems at hand.
How come you can't? If you observe the whole thing, how come laundry doesn't get into the laundry basket?
I have a magic dresser.
Oh my God.
Every time I open up that dresser drawer,
Someday that magic dresser is going to be gone.
that dresser is filled with clean clothes. I don't know how it works. It's the same in the kitchen. I open up the cupboard about every 3 days. Magically, there's clean dishes.
You
So
better
I don't
thank
need to worry about
God
that.
for that little magic person. That keeps.
Men are problem solvers. That's why.
No.
That's how the whole phrase "women and children first" came about. When there's a crisis, when there's a fire, when there's something going on, it's like, well, let's get the women and children out of the building first so we can think clearly how to solve the problem. Now you know that.
Dr. McDreamy just came in and says, please review your prescription. I hope it's something to knock his ass out.
That wasn't very nice. I think, with his Hippocratical oath.
Oh, go.
Hypocrite oath? What do they take?
Whatever.
Hypocritical oath?
I don't
What does
know.
the doctor say?
I have no idea.
They got to pledge
What are you
allegiance.
trying to say?
I don't know.
Pledge allegiance.
They got to pledge allegiance or something when they get their certificate and say, you've passed your 3-day course, you're now a doctor. And I think in there somewhere in the verbiage it says, don't be mean. I think that was very mean.
Please, that's like at the top of the list. I'd rather have a doctor come out and tell me exactly, like, just come, don't wishy-wash it. Just let me know.
Well, then you got the right guy, because McDreamy will walk up and I'll go, what's my problem, doc? He'll go, well, one, you're fat. That's for starters.
Amen. Amen.
So, but it's, I don't know what's on my, you know what, one thing he gets mad at me for? I don't know what my prescriptions are. You give me my pills.
It's you're supposed to be, you need to know.
I do.
If I
yeah.
drop off this earth, you're screwed.
I gotta get a new girl quick. And she got to be able to read long words, medical words. Oh, for those of you asking, I got to call McDreamy today or marcyzavala.com and find out if that finance company, if we can get those things worked out.
You guys run.
We got to work. And if it works out with the finance company, this will benefit all of you that have been asking to work this out with the cost factor. It doesn't have anything to do with us. We don't get any money off this at all. But we're trying to facilitate a way to get you guys, a bunch of you guys, in marcyzavala.com's hands. And, if we can, this is going to be a great thing. But I got to have at least one more good conversation with her. Yes, you can keep emailing me. Yes, I don't mind. Once I get this done, I will reply to all of you and let you know what the score is. So, yes, while we're on the topic of doctors and stuff, that's one of them. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I just lost it. Oh, my goodness. She is in a new company.
Yeah, well, don't start divulging all that. Don't
No.
confuse people right now. Let's wait till we get it set. Then we'll give them one email or one website to go to. Don't start them down a path. We'll figure that out and we'll get back to you guys. I know this hasn't been the fun, exciting, blah blah blah. Although
It was fun. I was attacking you,
you know what?
dumping your shit. You know,
It wasn't fun for me.
well, it was fun for me. I had a great time.
It
It was
has
a
been-
fast hour.
It's been hot here in Minden, so we've kept the windows closed, air conditioner on for most of it. It is now getting to be brisk, so the days are crisp and nice. And Gen X Mom, for the first time, has opened the windows, which is why the bird camera got all fucked up. But I told you before, the neighborhood we live in, they're called patio houses. They're like apartments. They're like right on top of each other. It's a cute little neighborhood. Probably not a place I would pick to live, the rest of my life, but I do love that I'm in Minden, and I do love everybody that I've met in this neighborhood. But I'm learning a routine with the door open because I am maybe 8 feet from my neighbor's bedroom window. My
Wow.
office is.
That's a little bit too much information. Just kidding.
Now, I don't know if you are or not. Now I don't know where to go with this.
Go ahead.
You stop me, and then you're like, I guess I can't tell you. Open up the windows, and apparently she next door had her windows open too, and her boyfriend paid her a visit because I could hear him. I almost wanted to clap when they were done, but it's about 8 feet from my office window, just so you guys know.
Oh my goodness.
And she's a good sport about all this stuff. Other than being a San Francisco Giants fan, which is a problem, she's a good sport about stuff in the neighborhood. We joke all the time, but I do need to tell her. I need at some point I'm going to say, bravo. Well done. That was a nice finish up there because you can hear it.
You should have put your clapping music on from the,
Yeah,
from the
my
podcast. Well, yeah, maybe that's why the windows are closed around here in this neighborhood.
I don't know. I guess that nobody wants to hear anybody, but yeah, you get to learn all your neighbors' stuff going on because, like you said, you can when Gen X Mom walks the dog, anybody in the neighborhood who's got this so quiet out here in this neighborhood, anybody's got their windows open, you know exactly what's going on in their house because you can hear it all the way from one end to the other. So anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. It's probably not a big deal if you're in a retirement community of old people, but we're not. We're not. That's it. Is there something else you wanted to add or something else I'm missing here? Because I didn't. It was the barbecue. It was the medical stuff. The truck's
I
got to
think we
go in the
covered
shop. Got a great staff, and I think we covered the stuff. The more fun stuff. Back to the things you guys are asking about. The shower drawings, the blinking coded lights of the bathroom. Yep, that's all still stuff going on. We just don't have a lot of time. And we've been here an hour right now, so we're going to cut it short today. Thank you guys for... Oh, you know what I got to remember to tell you guys to do? Something that would help us. And maybe not this one. Don't do it this time. Do it next time. Next time that we have a podcast that's more... This is more for people that are family. This is the Gen X Talks family. That was more inside information for me. Inside information for the barbecue. But the next one, I'm going to bug you guys about sharing the podcast with one person. Because if you guys could just get one person to listen, we'll
then
do.
they tell two people.
Well,
then
you
they
get one person to listen. We'll do our job for keeping them here. But if you could just let them know, like next time, not this one. This one's a dumb one to let people know. This is more of a family one, inside information for the Gen X Talks crew. But we got to go. I got to get out of here. I got some stuff I got to do. Thursday is a busy day. But for everybody who didn't catch all the podcasts, I promise I'll get this thing posted tonight. It'll drop at midnight for you guys for your dancing and listening pleasure. Anyway, that's it. Gen X Mom, do you have anything you need to add?
No, that's it.
Then it's time for you to say goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you guys for listening in. Not sure where you're chiming in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you chimed in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in life. Wherever you go, there you are. And number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby.
Bye, everyone.